What's going on, guys? So I'm going to keep this super brief and super simple for you. What are my thoughts and opinions on creatine? So the first thing I'm going to say is, actually, if you go right here, click that, you can actually go straight to an article that I wrote last week or the week before on creatine supplementation. But if you don't feel like reading, then this is the video for you. So my thoughts and opinions on creatine. The first thing I would say is that we need to understand why we supplement creatine. And it goes all the way back to ATP. So ATP is adenosine triphosphate, and it's the molecule that's basically our human rocket fuel. So anytime that we eat, sleep, breathe, dance, sing, hop, skip, jump, any of that, we're using ATP. Basically, you can imagine this as one adenosine molecule attached to 3 phosphate groups, okay? When a phosphate group leaves, then energy is produced. So the more that we can do to make sure that there's a surplus of phosphate groups around that now ADP molecule is it's extremely beneficial for your endurance output. So what phosphocreatine does, it actually donates its phosphate group to the ADP molecule, replenishing it, making it ATP again, which means that now it can be used for energy. And that's why we supplement creatine. Okay, so now that we understand what happens at a cellular level as far as how creatine supplementation works, it's important to understand the translation between what happens at the cellular level and what happens actually when we weight train. So by supplementing creatine, this actually means that because of the increased ATP production, this means that we're going to be able to extend our sets further, meaning that if normally you can only do, say, 8 reps of something, you might be able to get 9 or 10. And in doing so, one of the things that this leads to is increased hypertrophy or muscle growth, because you're extending your training volume. Another thing is this also leads to strength output increases, because where normally you're doing something for 5 reps, maybe now you can do it for 6. That increases the load on your central nervous system, and that's going to enhance growth. I would go so far as to say that supplementing creatine is probably the most important supplement you should be taking if you're serious about your weight training or even kind of serious about it. My thoughts on its safety and efficacy. So creatine is probably the most thoroughly researched compound available to us today. So you can go, a really great resource is either the article that I wrote, or you can go to examine.com and just search creatine, and I think they have over 600 or 700 citations just to show the safety and the effectiveness of creatine. So now you're probably asking, if the phosphocreatine system already within our bodies is already doing this as far as providing a surplus of phosphate groups to donate to the ADP molecules, why do we even supplement creatine? Well, that's because the phosphocreatine system can only take you so far. It can only provide you so much energy. And that's why we supplement creatine. Because the creatine phosphate acts as this phosphocreatine molecule, and it does the exact same thing. When we take in creatine through supplementation, it gets distributed to all of our muscle cells, and it provides just that much more benefit as far as replenishing ATP. So, how do we take creatine? The recommendation is generally 5 grams a day, and I would probably stick to that. There are certain protocols that you can do as far as loading creatine for those just starting out, just to make sure, because it does take a couple of weeks. I think it takes about 14 days. I could be completely off on that, but I think it takes about 14 days to fully saturate your muscles with this creatine that you supplement. And that's what you want. And that's why you take it day after day after day, is because then it just keeps you topped out for the next day. So yeah, like I said, 5 grams a day, and what's been shown to be really, really beneficial in some recent research is that actually supplementing creatine before your workout, so half before your workout and half after your workout, is really, really beneficial. There are a lot of people that say just take it after your workout with your post-workout protein shake, and that's totally fine too. So yeah, when you take it isn't necessarily super important, just as long as you're taking it, but if we're trying to optimize things, then there's a lot of research to show that taking half before and half after would be the best choice. So like I said, 2.5 grams before, 2.5 grams after your workout. So like I said, I wanted to keep this super brief. So if you guys have any other questions, you can always refer back to this article. I'll put it up right here again. Otherwise, you can head to examine.com. There are a lot of awesome sources. Just even a simple Google search will tell you a whole lot. If you have any other questions also, you can email me, biofitathletics@gmail.com. So that's all I got for you guys. Like I said, I just want to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. So hope you enjoyed this. If you guys would like to see more Q&As like this, then please subscribe for more content. Like the video, comment, let me know, email me, message me, whatever. Just let me know that these are videos that you'd like to see more of. So I appreciate any feedback or constructive criticism or whatever you have to say about it. because I'm always trying to improve myself as far as the way that I can inform you about things that you might not know too much about. So again, thanks for watching, guys.